Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of my factoring series. Be sure to go and watch part 1 first if you have not yet. Also, please hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you can get notified when there is a new footage. Thank you and enjoy! What is a square number? A square number is when the same number has been multiplied by itself. For example, 5 times 5 will give you 25. So 25 is a square number. The only time you can factorize when we say we are factorizing with the difference of squares is when both the numbers, like 16 and x squared, are both a square number. For example, 16 would be 4 times 4. X squared will be x times x. You will not be able to do it if it was, say, 8, because 8 is not something that is multiplied by itself, only like something like 2 times 2 times 2, but that is not a square number. If we had an x and just one x, it would also not be a difference of squares because we need that to say that we have a perfect square. So the first thing that we have to do is you have a square number and you have another one. Then you also need to have a negative. If there is a plus, it would also not be able to factorize. Now we will be able to do the factorizing sum. First of all, what times what gives you 16? 4. Minus what times what gives you x squared is just a normal x. Close the bracket. Then we need another bracket. What did we say we times by 4? 4. Now, because there was a negative, we now need a positive. 4 plus x times what is x squared? Another x. Close the bracket. And there you have it. We have factorized the perfect square. Let's do a few examples. So remember, what we are looking for is that they will not always say to you this is a difference of squares. All that they will tell you in an exam paper maybe is factorize the following fully. So the first thing you will have to look for is, can I take a common factor out? If you don't know what I'm talking about, please be sure to go check out part 1 of my factorizing first. In this one, we will see 9 is a perfect square, y squared minus 25 is also a perfect square, and you will see we have the minus, which is very important. Then we can start factorizing. What is the square number of 9? Square root, it is 3. Y, it will be y because there's a squared. Then I always start with a negative, but you could also put a plus as long as your one bracket has a negative and your one bracket has a positive. Let me just show you. You will always have the one bracket with a minus and the one bracket with a plus. It does not matter if you do the plus first and the minus second, as long as it's just there. Okay, next, 25, you will have 5. 5 times 5 is 25. And then you do exactly the same in the next one, except that you already have your positive. And now it is factorized. Let's look at this one. I can do the brackets for you first. And let's do it differently. Let's do the plus first and the minus, so you can see it does not matter. 4 is 2. X squared is x. 36, the square root is 6. And the square root of y squared is y. And then we do the exact same in the next one. 2x minus 6y. And there you go. It is factorized. What happens if you only have a 1? It does not matter because 1 times 1 still gives you 1. It is still a perfect square. We start with the 81, and that would be 9 times 9. Let's just do our brackets to show you. Okay, I always start with a negative and a positive. Then the a squared will be a. We can fill that in. And then you will see 1. We will just put a 1 and a 1, and it is factorized. Now we will get to a little bit more difficult one. Here, as I said in the beginning, we always check if can you take something out. Yes, we can. A common thing that we can take out is 3. So we first take that out. What are we left with? We are left with x squared minus 25y squared. Now only can we factorize this because it is a perfect square. The 3 stays outside, and now we still have our two brackets. X squared will be x minus, and we'll have x plus. 25 will be 5, and y squared will be y plus 5y. And there you go. It is now factorized, and that was just an extra step that we didn't have with the first examples. In part 3 of our factorization series, I'm going to be chatting about polynomials, factorizing polynomials. Be sure to first watch part 1 and 2 before going to part 3.